92 Detroit Red Wings. I'm Dave Strader along with Mickey Redmond. And Mick, as I think back on this season, of course, most of the thoughts are very positive. We had so many exciting games to broadcast, whether they were here at the Joe Louis Arena or anywhere else on the road for that matter in the National Hockey League. And when you look at what this team accomplished in Brian Murray's second season as coach and general manager, 98 points, a Norris Division title. They had the best winning percentage on the road of any team in the NHL, and that was a dramatic improvement over the year before. And you don't have that kind of a season, as you know, Mick, as a team without some outstanding individual performances as well.
Well, we certainly had plenty of that this year, and of course, excitement is usually led by offense. And the Red Wings are one of the few teams that can boast 5 players that top the 30-goal mark, led by Yzerman, Ray Shepard, Jimmy Carson, Paul Isabart, and, of course, Sergei Fedorov, who did not have a sophomore jinx, and he'll only get better. When you look back at the blue line, 2 young players that come in for their first time in the NHL, Konstantinov and Lidstrom, they're going to be on the all-rookie team. They can only get better. They're here to stay, and they're very, very happy with the way they played through their first 80-game season. Back in goal, outside of a short setback in the playoffs, I think Tim Chevalier established himself with his play as one of the top netminders in the National Hockey League right now.
Well, you look at those young players and you throw in Keith Primo, who's slowly developing as he heads into his 3rd season in the National Hockey League. You got Martin Lapointe and Mike Sillinger. They gave us a taste of what we might expect down the road for them in the Detroit playoffs, and all 3 of them went down to Adirondack, Detroit's top farm club, and helped them win the American Hockey League Championship, the Calder Cup.
Keith Primo is in his 3rd year. They expect that he should play the way they expected he would when they drafted him 3 years ago. Mike Sillinger played very well for the Red Wings and could be a very big factor in their future. And Martin Lapointe, of course, just coming out of junior. He's loaded with talent. They're really excited about what they could face out of Martin Lapointe next year. Don't forget, Vyacheslav Kozlov has been in the background since he came over from the Soviet Union. He's supposed to be very talented, and hopefully he can get back to form after his car accident. You know, you look at the playoffs. Yes, they went down in 4 to Chicago. Inexperience certainly played a big part in that 4-game sweep, but in that same inexperience lies the future of tomorrow, which looks very bright for the Red Wings.
And I think Brian Murray will make some changes that are necessary to put this team over the top and bring the Stanley Cup to Detroit. But when you look at the big picture, plenty of reason for optimism here surrounding the Red Wings. So sit back and relax and enjoy the story of the 1991-92 Detroit Red Wings, a team that truly is poised for glory.
Come on, boys. Come on, Bobby. Jump, boys. Come on, Mills. Come on, Laddie. That's. Come on, boys. Here we go now. Here we go now. Come on, fast. Let's go, boys. Come on now. Laddie. Come on, Chevy. Come on now. Let's go, Shelly. Let's go, boys. Come on, Bobby. Come on, Stevie. Let's go, boys. Come on now. Oh, boy. Come on now. Let's go. Yeah. Come on now, Schomburg. Come on, Shelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your 1991-92 Detroit Red Wings.
Fedorov across the line. Got it to Yzerman. Yzerman looking to cut in. He is in. Break away for Johansson. He's in. Save. Chevalier again with a glove. Lidstrom lead pass. Onside is Yzerman. He's got it.
Listen to this crowd.
Go win! Shoot it!
The Detroit Red Wings stormed through the 91-92 NHL season, breaking several club records and adding another banner to their storied collection. This new breed of Red Wing finished with the 3rd best record in the league, serving notice that they are now among hockey's elite, a team poised for glory. For the first time in Stanley Cup playoff history, all 4 regular season division winners failed to make it past the 2nd round. The Red Wings fell to the Stanley Cup finalist Chicago Blackhawks. But while fate was unkind to the Wings in April, Detroit hockey fans witnessed a spectacular season that clearly placed this team on the path to glory. The Red Wings charged into the new season looking dramatically different from the club that had started just a year ago. In his 2nd year as general manager and coach, Brian Murray's plan to rebuild this team into Stanley Cup contenders had taken another step forward. The new-look Wings were younger and faster than ever. However, the team stumbled through its early season schedule. With a roster chock full of fresh young talent, they had trouble finding their identity. And after 2 embarrassing losses in early November, the promising Red Wings had dropped below 500 and into 4th place in the Norris Division.
I think it just was a little bit of a chemistry thing with young people, new people, a lot of different people coming together. And it took a few games, and we made some mistakes early on. The players made a few, the coaches made a few. But as we got into the November period, it seemed that people got comfortable. They started to believe that we were doing the right thing, and we just took off.
Kevin Miller now. On the move. Look at the move he makes. He's in.
In November, the Wings took off on a joyride through the NHL that would last for almost 8 weeks. An amazing stretch of 25 games in which the Red Hot Wings lost only 3. They won at home and they won on the road. They did it with big goals and brilliant saves. They won the blowouts as well as the tight ones. And as the personality of this team began to unfold, what they found was a winner.
It was great. We won a lot of games, and somebody was always coming in with a key goal at a certain time, and it was great. We just had a riot going through that, and it got to the point where it's like we just feel comfortable playing anywhere.
We couldn't miss, and it didn't matter who we were playing or where we were playing. It wasn't, are we going to win? It was by how many.
A 10-3 blowout of St. Louis kicked off a remarkable 10-game unbeaten streak for the blistering Wings. Ray Shepherd's spectacular overtime goal at Calgary kept the streak alive.
Shepherd up the right side. Shoot it from there. Shepherd cuts to the middle. He's in. He scores. Bingo. Overtime goal. A hat trick for Ray Shepherd.
On November 19th, they had sole possession of first place. And by the end of the month, they could hardly see anyone in the Norris Division in their rear-view mirror. They were flirting with the famed Montreal Canadiens for the best record in the NHL. The great promise of this young team was beginning to blossom. Many hockey experts claim that the road to the Stanley Cup is up the middle. And this year, the Red Wings laid claim to the 3 best centers on any one team in hockey. With the auto industry sagging, the big 3 in Detroit came to mean Yzerman, Fedorov, and Carson. Hometown star Jimmy Carson enjoyed his finest season as a Red Wing, pumping in 34 goals and 69 points. His quick hands and smart play gave the Wings incredible scoring depth. Once again, superstar center Steve Yzerman led the team in scoring. His 45 goals and 58 assists put him over the 100-point mark for the 5th year in a row.
Yzerman scores! Short-handed goal!
On the ice, he's a unique blend of elegance and intensity. Totally committed to being the best that he can be. This year, the quiet captain had a legitimate supporting cast on offense. His nightly last-minute heroics were no longer necessary for the team to succeed. A perennial all-star, number 19 instinctively glides towards hockey's Hall of Fame.
Very quiet guy in his play. At the end of the game, you look at him and he's got a couple points and he's played great in his own end, and you haven't really noticed him as much in a game as you maybe do some other guys that are banging around a lot more. But leadership with Steve, first of all, comes on the ice and performance. In the room, in the weight room where he works extremely hard, and then through the verbal. But He's come on in his way, and his personality now has had a tremendous impact in this organization for a number of years, not only this year.
Only 26 years old, Yzerman has already been a pro for 9 seasons. A year-long regimen of weight training and conditioning kept this star looking to the future.
I intend to hopefully have a long career, and the one thing that all the guys that have had long careers have in common is they've all been healthy and are all in good shape in their 30s. And haven't reached my 30s yet, but I want to be in a position where I'm in pretty good shape then. And so I enjoy kind of in the summer. My wife's really into physical fitness, and I've really gotten into it myself.
While Yzerman's remarkable consistency has made him one of the game's elite players, it is the love of speed that has propelled second-year sensation Sergei Fedorov to all-star status in the NHL.
I like very much speed because it makes you so excited. I like my fast car. I like, of course, speed on the ice too. If you got speed, you can do whatever you want.
On the ice, there's no one quite like Sergei Fedorov, a 21-year-old Russian marksman with lightning-quick speed. Fedorov's dazzling moves can leave fans in absolute amazement.
Fedorov works his way in front. He scores! Sergei Fedorov with a great individual effort. And here's a chance for Fedorov.
He should be in.
Speed. He's in on Belfort. He scores! Sergei Fedorov.
I get to see everything usually because I can't skate fast enough to keep up with him. But you know, he's a tremendous player. I mean, he skates unbelievable. It's different speeds. You know, he'll skate through the neutral ice kind of nonchalant, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's past guys that don't get beat very regular in the NHL. You know, he watches Steve Yzerman, how hard he works every night, and you know, I think he'll learn from that. And he's a phenomenal player, and I think he's only going to get better.
This season, Fedorov emerged as the finest two-way center in the NHL, and by season's end was a top candidate for the Selke Award for the league's best defensive forward. He's a player whose extraordinary abilities helped raise his teammates to another level.
Ranger zone. Fedorov head shoulder pick out in front. Poked away first. Score! What a play by Fedorov!
For much of the year, Fedorov played alongside forwards Paul Yzerman and Sean Burr, providing a 1-2-3 punch that became known as the knockout line. Matched against opponents' highest scores, they continually turn takeaways into breakaways. If Fedorov was the lightning on the line, then Sean Burr provided the thunder. He opened up the ice with his big hits and rugged style of play. Meanwhile, the speedy Paul Yzerman, in only his second season in the NHL, turned into one of the team's most pleasant surprises. The Rocket Man not only pumped in 35 goals and 40 assists, he also won the NHL's Plus-Minus Award, finishing the year with a stellar +44. The Wings flew into December as the hottest team in hockey and faced off against the surging New York Rangers in a battle of top contenders. The rugged New Yorkers stunned the Wings early on, jumping out to a 4-1 lead in the second period. But the Red Wings were now playing with a newfound confidence, and they refused to surrender. With their power play operating in high gear, they fought back to tie the game 5-5 early in the third. Goaltender Tim Cheveldae came up big, shutting down the Rangers until, with the clock counting down in overtime, Brent Feddick sent the boys in blue packing.
Taken down. The play held in by Racine.
1 week later, the Red Wings won their 3rd overtime game of the year when the breathtaking Fedorov finished the game with one of his now trademark breakaways.
Federov's on the move. He's between the defense. He's in. He scores! Sergei Fedorov. You believe it? Second of the night, the overtime game winner. What a burst of speed!
Detroit's powerful offensive engine was now clicking on all cylinders. Wingers Gerard Gallant and Kevin Miller provided a scoring spark that helped the Wings average over 4 goals a game in December. When Brian Murray signed free agent Ray Shepard in the offseason, he expected to add some firepower on the right side. What he got was a stunning 36-goal performance, the 2nd highest on the team. And finally, there was the one missing element that Brian Murray vowed to bring to the team: defense. The foundation began with the acquisition of seasoned All-Star Brad McCrimmon, a Stanley Cup winner with Calgary. McCrimmon settled the defense down and gave confidence to rookie sensation Nicholas Lidstrom. The 22-year-old Swede played like a veteran, stealing the puck, sending it up ice, and scoring.
Lidstrom, Eiserman, drops it back, Lidstrom, he scores! What a great play!
A finalist for the NHL Rookie of the Year honors, Lidstrom led all Red Wing defensemen in scoring. He was named to the league's all-rookie team, along with Vladimir Konstantinov, the cagey Russian rookie, whose play this season grew from steady to rock solid. 6-year pro Steve Chasen added toughness and stability, along with Yves Racine and warhorse Brad Marsh. The retooled defense was anchored by the unflappable Tim Shovelday in goal. When backup goalie Vincent Riendo went down in his first Red Wing appearance, the sturdy Shovelday was forced to carry the goaltending burden alone. At times, Chevy was spectacular. At other times, merely awesome.
The other way, here comes home with a chance, Shovelday! Intercepted, breakaway for Johansson, he's in, save! Shovelday again with a glove! Reagan tries a shot, Shovelday with a great glove save as he may have been screened.
He amazed a lot of our hockey players. I mean, you knew he was going to be a good, solid goaltender, but this year he proved to be, if not the best, one of the best in the National Hockey League.
Good stopper, real confident young man, very strong mentally, talent level, that can allow him to go wherever he wants to go, basically, as a goaltender in the National Hockey League. And there haven't been very many games that Tim Chevrolet hasn't played real strong for us and given us a chance to win.
It was clear that the fortunes of this team would be carried as far as Chevy could take them. His brilliant play helped the Red Wings post their finest first-half record in history. At 25-11-4, Detroit was perched high atop the Norris Division and gaining momentum. When the Wings took to the road, they did so in a first-class manner, riding the skies in Red Bird 1. In the long, grueling NHL season, it is on the road that a team's personality takes shape.
We have so many different types of personalities on the team. You got goalies who are a totally different breed than the forwards, and the defensemen who are in their own spot. Then you have the guys you hang out with mostly on the team and the comical stuff on the road. This group of guys we have here this year, I think there was something special in the dressing room, and especially when you're winning. And I think it brings character out in players, and we take it onto the ice.
Suddenly, the Detroit Red Wings were winning on the road. The presence of Bob Probert, the NHL's Terminator, allowed the smaller wings to soar. The right winger gives the team a unique blend of toughness and talent.
I mean, Proby is a scary person to play against for the fact that he's out there, 18, 20 minutes a game. He plays a regular shift. He's got great hands. He's good around the net. You know, he actually can dominate with his skill and his toughness, and I think he's one of the only true enforcers that is a player.
On the ice, he's one of the game's most intimidating players. But off the ice and away from the game, there's another side to Bob Probert. And on one evening earlier this year, that side came shining through.
I feel like Santa Claus.
7-year-old Nicholas Peck lost his legs to meningitis, but not his courage. His enthusiasm for life inspired his favorite Red Wing to pay him a visit at a dinner in his honor.
Yeah, and I think he's a very good hockey player, and I hope that he will stop someday and beat me sometime again.
It was definitely a touching experience for myself as well as for a lot of the other people that were there, and that was an experience that I'll never forget.
On this night, young Nicholas Peck holds on to his hero, the toughest man in the NHL, with perhaps the softest heart.
Pass for Burr!
When the Red Wings blew through their first half schedule, they were looked at with genuine curiosity. When they placed 3 players on the mid-season NHL All-Star team, opposing GMs started taking a closer look. And in late January, with the 3rd best record in the league, they became a marked team. Their smooth-running engine began to misfire, and many worried of an impending collapse. However, the steady hand of Brian Murray kept things in perspective. Along with assistants Doug McLean and Dave Lewis, he saw to it that the team would not panic. In this blue-collar town, the Red Wings found their resolve in a strong work ethic.
I think there are times when you have to be real tough, drive people to a point where they'll reach their potential. If the players are willing to work hard and try to improve within what we're asking them to do, then they get a chance to play. I think players need to be kicked the odd time, but I think mostly they need to be given opportunity and some positive feedback that will allow them to be as good as they can possibly be.
The result of Murray's coaching calm was another string of victories, which gave Detroit its biggest hold on first place of the year. A sizzling 6-game win streak put the Wings 14 points in front of second-place Chicago, and Red Wing fans couldn't help but shout for joy.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and down, throw my hands up and down, throw my head back and down. Come on now, don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Say it right now, lady. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Say it better, yeah. Come on now. Say that you love me. Say that you need me. Say that you want me. You wanna please me. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I'm in love now. Hey, 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 hey.
The city of Detroit's love affair with the Wings is legendary. From the luxurious skybox suites to inside the Olympia Club. From pizza pies to pina coladas, the home of the Red Wings has become the jewel of the NHL. With 12 games still remaining in the regular season, the amazing Wings had already secured a spot in the playoffs. And on March 29th, with a 6-2 victory over the Islanders, Detroit was officially crowned as the 1991-92 Norris Division champions. The Wings finished off the regular season with yet another 6-game unbeaten streak, ending the year with 98 points, their highest total in 40 years. Joe Louis Arena. Dressed in red and white, the colors and emblem echo a glorious past. The 91-92 Detroit Red Wings filled these rafters with screams of victory. Now it was time for the Stanley Cup playoffs, and Red Wing fans could feel the fire burning.
I hope they take it on 4 straight. That's my wish.
No fear, Detroit is going to take it.
In the opening round, the first-place Wings would face off against the fourth-place Minnesota North Stars. Last year, the surprising Stars rode hot goaltending and a punishing defense all the way to the finals. This year, they were looking to do the same. But the Wings had their own intimidator, speed. In Game 1, with Minnesota on a power play, Sean Burr broke up a pass and Sergei Fedorov was off to the races.
Here comes Fedorov, in there, score! Fedorov, shorthanded, it's 1-0.
Detroit took the early lead, but not for long. Just minutes later, the Stars tied it, and in the second period, they scored again to go up 2-1. Then, with just 2 minutes to play in the period, Fedorov struck again.
With a shot, Casey catches that and gives it away, scores!
With the crowd still on its feet and time running out in the period, Steve Yzerman put the Red Wings back on top.
Shepard in front of the net, Casey's up there, but Yzerman scores!
But Minnesota would not go down easily, and for just the third time all season, Detroit could not hold a lead in the third period. The Stars scored 2 unanswered goals and stole Game 1. Then the unthinkable happened. Minnesota won Game 2. The Stars' 4-2 victory in the second game put them up 2 games to none, with the series now moving to Minnesota. For the Red Wings, Minnesota's Met Center was a house of horrors. They had won here just once in the past 2 years, and to make matters worse, all-star goaltender Tim Shevelday was struggling. The Red Wings quickly found themselves down 2-0 just 10 minutes into Game 3.
The pass, side of the net, they score!
It was here that the Russian rocket Fedorov took center stage.
Sent to center, here's Fedorov breaking away. 2-1, the Red Wings are on the board.
Fedorov's second short-handed goal of the series was just the spark the Red Wings needed. Only 3 minutes later, rookie Nicholas Lidstrom tied the game.
Maybe some changes on the power play. Shot from the point, they score! A screen shot from the point by Nicholas Lidstrom has tied the game.
But the Stars continued to battle, and Shevelday continued to struggle. 2 quick second-period Minnesota goals sent the Met Center crowd into a frenzy, and Tim Shevelday to the bench. Vincent Riendo, in only his 3rd appearance as a Red Wing, entered the game in relief. It was gut-check time for Detroit. Riendo made the stops when he was tested early on, and the Wings responded to their wake-up call.
The centering pass, Carson shot it. Andy Van Hellemon's pointing to the net, saying that puck went in and the Red Wings will get the goal.
Carson's goal brought them within 1. Then with time running out in the game, Ray Shepard swatted the puck out of midair to score his biggest goal of the year.
The shot, loose in front, chipped out, they score! Knocked out of the air by Ray Shepard, and the Red Wings have tied the game.
The Wings had fought back from their second 2-goal deficit of the night, and in doing so had grabbed the game's momentum. It took just over 1 minute of overtime play for Detroit to end the game.
Bounces to the corner. Mike Craig is there for the North Star. Up the boards. Racine scores! Yves Racine's shot from the point, and the Red Wings are very much alive.
Yves Racine's rocket blast lifted the club to its first playoff victory. But the celebration was short-lived, as the Stars would come back to take Game 4. They now owned a commanding 3-1 series lead, and many wondered if the North Stars' playoff magic would work miracles again this year. The Red Wings entered Game 5 with their backs to the wall. They were only one loss away from another first-round elimination, and the pressure to take this one was enormous. Back in goal was Tim Cheveldae, and the 24-year-old stopper knew it was do or die.
There's a lot of hype, a lot of hoopla starting the playoffs, and I maybe put a little too much pressure on myself. I don't know if that's the right word, or maybe put too much into it, and I felt I may have changed my game and changed my style, and then finally, about 3-4 games into it, I said, I'm going to play the way that I played for 80 games, and you know, if they beat me, they're going to beat me playing my style.
The hopes and dreams of an entire team rested squarely on his shoulders, and on this night, Chevy was flawless. Now it was up to the offense to get on track. Midway through the first period, Steve Yzerman took a pass from Fedorov and showed his all-star form.
Now Fedorov jumps it to Yzerman. Yzerman shot, he scores! Speaking of the devil, a short-handed goal. Makes it 1-0.
Cheveldae and the Wings made the 1-goal lead stand up into the third period. The atmosphere inside Joe Louis Arena was thick with tension. Then, with less than 7 minutes left in the game, 2 rookies lit the fuse, and the Red Wings fans exploded.
Alec overskated it. Martin the point. Made sure. Looks it ahead. Sillinger shot, score! Big goal. What a shot by Sillinger. What a shot by Sillinger indeed.
Martin Lapointe's perfect pass and Mike Sillinger's first ever playoff goal allowed the Wings to breathe a collective sigh of relief. Jimmy Carson's empty net goal finished the scoring, and the Red Wings' hopes were still alive. In Game 6, Tim Cheveldae was once again called upon to come up big, and once again, he would respond. On this night, the astonishing goaltender was simply perfect. Ironically, Stars goalie John Casey was matching Cheveldae save for save. For 60 minutes, neither team could score. The game moved into overtime. The action played like a Hollywood suspense movie, with each team walking the thin line between victory and defeat. Minnesota desperately wanted to end the series here at home. For the Red Wings, a win tonight meant a tie series and a new life. Then, 16 minutes into the extra period, Fedorov apparently snapped in the game winner. But the Wings' celebration would be put on hold. The shot had moved so quickly that officials questioned if it had indeed gone in at all.
Now let's have a look at it. Does it go in or not? It's in the net. Question about it. It's in the net. There's no question about it. The puck's in the net. If we have, they're going to see it upstairs. Rob Schick is going to the penalty box now. It is in, ladies and gentlemen. No question about it. This game is over.
Finally, the game was declared over, and the Red Wings, the victors.
And Yzerman's going away. It's a goal. 7. Game 7 is on.
Incredibly, Detroit had fought back to tie the series at 3 games apiece, and now headed back home for the final showdown. A standing ovation welcomed the Wings back to Joe Louis Arena. Only a week earlier, there were few who believed that there would be a Game 7 in this series. But a reborn Tim Cheveldae and the city's newest sports legend, Sergei Fedorov, had led this team from darkness to daylight. So now it came as no surprise when Chevy shut down Minnesota once again and extended his splendid streak of shutout minutes to over 3 hours. There was little doubt as to who would ignite the Red Wings' offensive attack. As they set out to complete their historic comeback, all eyes turned to number 91.
Miller gets there. Oh, yes, Fedorov in front. Score! Sergei Fedorov was all alone, and he has given the Red Wings a 1-0 lead.
Once Fedorov opened the door, the Red Wing offense came charging through.
Centers, tip save, rebound shot. Another tip, they score! Ellen Kerr has made it 2-0, and an octopus comes on the ice. Dogwood hit a loose stick. Back behind, here's the score!
The Wings led 3-0, but they weren't finished yet. They answered a second period Minnesota goal with 2 third-period scores to put the game and the series away.
Baseline shot all the way through, they score! John Burr may have deflected it indeed. And if there was any doubt, there is none now.
The final score read 5-2 Detroit. The remarkable character and poise of this team had carried them from the brink of defeat to become only the 9th team in NHL history to come back from a 3-1 series deficit. For a team that was left for dead, it was a triumph of the spirit. Inside the Red Wing locker room, winning smiles were everywhere.
We never really questioned that we couldn't win the series. We didn't know if we were going to be fortunate to get back in, but we never had a doubt that we never really lost the confidence that we could win the series, and just kind of kept playing and got ourselves to the 7th game, and we liked our chances in the 7th game at home.
I just kept telling myself, focus. I knew the crowd was going to be excited to start the game, and I told myself, don't worry about the crowd, just go out there and be really focused. And that was probably the word that's been used most of my vocabulary to talk to myself is focus.
Despite continued brilliance by Cheveldae in goal, the Wings lost in the division finals to eventual Stanley Cup finalist Chicago.
I think coming back against Minnesota was a tremendous achievement for the young guys. I think they played hard. They learned the difference between the regular season and maybe the early games and how important it was to concentrate in every shift. I think in the Chicago series, the grinding, the holding up, the real need for strength and hard work. And I think it's going to help our team and the development through training camp next year of what it's going to take to make the next step, which is going to be a big step, and that is to go beyond our own division.
There is a great fire of promise burning in this team. Rookies Mike Sillinger, Martin Lapointe, and second-year man Keith Primo all received glowing reviews for their playoff performances.
Gives it off to Sillinger. Back in.
And waiting in the wings is the 20-year-old Russian sensation Kozlov. They will join the rising stars of Yzerbark, Cheveldae, Konstantinov, Lidstrom, and Fedorov, all with less than 3 years in the NHL, combined with the experience and leadership of Yzerman, Probert, Shepard, and Burr. The young and restless Wings are clearly a team ready to take flight.
I've seen a lot of teams have a great regular season and high expectations and lose early or be upset early in the playoffs and come back the next year and really do some great things. So I'm looking for us to do that next year.
As the Detroit Red Wings approach the 92-93 NHL season, they stand on the runway to greatness. They are a team poised for